One time for the underdog. One time for the underdog. You got the world on you.
Take what you want from me. I'll give you everything. All that and more you'll see. Just stay right here with me. Love is not fiction, but this time the story's about a king and a queen will pretend to be with paper crowns.
Welcome back to another video. In this video I'll show you how I do my analysis to catch these A+ setups on the lower time frame. I'll also reveal my strategy for trading the news. Please hit the like button and the notification, that way you get notified whenever we release new content. We'll get started on the analysis. This is the US dollar Japanese yen on the 15-minute time frame. We had a directional move. Market started closing below the 50 EMA. Then we had an EMA cross during Asian session. Market moved sideways during London session before reversing and creating a strong confirmation candle where I entered right at the close of that candle. The candle closed below the 50 EMA wasn't the only reason why I entered the trade. I entered because of the news and also how the price action was moving around this time. Looking at the 4-hour time frame, you can see that the market was creating higher highs, higher lows, higher high. But we had recently completed the third wave of the market cycle, the Elliott wave cycle. Market maker cycle. As you can see, the first wave, second wave, third wave. So I expected the market to come down towards my weekly key level. I can also use the fibs and plot it to one of the levels where I expect the market to go to. As you can see, it came down perfectly to 61.8 fib level and then kept going up. But I was able to take advantage of this downtrend on the 15-minute time frame, which was the completion of the fourth wave of the Elliott wave cycle. We also had a news event that came out, which was the main reason that caused the confirmation candle, the completion of our pattern. We had the CPI and the PPI, the core price index and the producer price index. They measure the change in consumer prices and also measure inflation. It came out negative for the US dollar, which is why I entered this trade. I pretty much traded the news. So we had the EMA cross, we have our setup, and we entered due to the negative news. Entered at the close of the confirmation candle, had my stop loss at the high, which was over the EMAs, and then my take profit was at 121, 40 pips. Another reason why I also took this trade short was because of the correlation. Since the USD news came out negative, I took advantage of the weakness that the dollar had. We can look at different pairs for the correlation. For example, we'll look at USD CAD. So on Friday, during the time of my entry, you can see that the USD CAD also had a directional move with an EMA cross, and it also had an information. It became weak after the news. We can look at the dollar index on Friday, also with the EMAs pointing down and the strong confirmation candle after the USD negative news. And we can look at the USD CHF, Swiss franc. It was moving sideways, the EMAs was pointing up, but it also became very weak after the news. And this is also because the Swiss franc was also weak. So we knew the dollar was weak. Also the news, it increased the weakness. And let's look at the yen. So we have the USD JPY, let's look at the AUD JPY. It was going down. So the yen was strong. Let's look at Euro JPY, going down as well. GBP JPY. Had an EMA cross, strong confirmation candle showing the directional move towards the downside. So it was weak as well. As you can see, that JPY was strong this day, which made the USD JPY such a great trade. So we traded a weak dollar against a strong yen. So to recap, we had a directional move, EMA cross, and then we had our pattern formation. You can consider this as a triple top or M formation. So we went up, and then try going up again until we had our confirmation candle. So we had 3 hits until it came down and made a signal to go short. And like I said before, it's a very simple process. You just have to be patient, let the trade come to you. It gave us a signal, then that's when we took the trade. We weren't looking at all 27 pairs. We just stay focused on that one pair. You know what's gonna happen when you see the directional move. You can expect something. So you see the directional move, you see the EMA cross, then you just keep an eye on how price is moving around the EMAs. Wait for the news to come out. Make sure you know where your key levels are, and then just go through the entry rules before you take the trade. If you win, just repeat the same exact process over and over again. If you lose, go over the trade. Look for what was in the way of you not winning the trade. What went wrong? Was it the key levels? Was it the news? Was it correlation? Just review your past trades. It'll tell you what you can do to improve on for the next trade. I get a lot of questions. People ask me if the strategy works. Is it profitable? How long does it take to become profitable? And it all depends on how much you try, how much you're putting in, if you're doing the right things. Do you follow the rules? Do you journal? You start slow. I can give you a few tips on what you can do correct, but it's up to you to really put in work. It does take time to master, to perfect the strategy. You never really master it. You're always learning. We're always learning, but you just got to try your best to do the right things. You have to be a professional trader. In the beginning, you're all over the place. You'll do a couple things here and there. You lose trades all the time. You lose motivation. You start looking for other ways, other strategies. I did the same thing in the beginning, but ever since I found this strategy, I just fell in love with the way that it worked. It works for me. You have to find a strategy that you can relate to, something that you can feel comfortable with. I know that I don't like swing trading, so I'm not gonna go find a strategy that trades on the weekly, even the daily time frame. I just like to get in and out of the trades as quick as possible. This is why this strategy worked very well for me since the beginning. And in the beginning, like I said, I was all over the place. Over time, I focused, started doing the right things, journal. I can go back right now to 2019, 2018, and still have all my journals for every single trade that I take. I still journal to this day. That's how I was able to review, improve. I found what was working for me, stopped doing what wasn't working for me, and I just became consistent. I just laser focused on that. I became an old-timer when it comes to this. I just try my best. I try hard every single day, and over time, went from a losing trader to a break-even trader, then a profitable trader. And as time goes on, it's not about the profits. It's about finding the consistent routine that can give you consistent results. That's what I always say. That's why I don't even like to show profits. When it comes to the strategy, it's not about how much money I make. It's about following the strategy, following the rules. Me making 6 figures a week is not gonna make you a better trader. So don't go looking for the person that's making the most money, because that's not gonna make you money. You have to find the strategy that works for you, and something that's going to keep you consistent, something that you will follow. But that's all that I have for today, and thank you for watching. Leave a comment. We always read them, like them, we reply to them, and I'll see you in the next video.